Hello, this has been a system that I've been working on for a while. It uses an Arduino Uno that's been attached via I2C communications to an MPU-6050 communications board. Essentially, it's an accelerometer, a gyroscope, a magnetometer, a temperature sensor. It's all sorts. It's amazing. So I've managed to use this script, which essentially just reads from the sensor up until here, which then it just organizes it and prints it to the serial. However, the cool thing is, with the serial port, as I've stated earlier, it doesn't necessarily go to the serial monitor, but instead can go to Unity, which in this case, that's what I've done. So essentially, what Unity does is it opens communications, reads data from the Arduino, and rotates the object relative to some formulas I've written up here. But essentially, it reads the rotation data on the gyroscopes of the Arduino, and then applies it to an object. And I thought, what better way than to have that object as a model of the Arduino with the breadboard on top, as I currently have it. And if I press the play button, hold on a sec. Yes, there we go. So, as you can see, it picks it up. I will just set it to maximize. And there we go. So, if I tilt it forwards, tilt the Arduino back, tilt it to the left and the right, and rotate it from left to right, as you can see, it very clearly picks up the rotation. As cool as this is, unfortunately the gyroscopes do get a bit off and inaccuracies come in. For example, at the moment I'm facing it dead straight. Earlier it was straight and now it's on a very slight tilt, which, you could get around that, but it's more just an inconvenience if anything. So, rotate that way, and that way. And yeah, it just picks up what orientation the Arduino is in. You could use this for a very crude version of a VR headset. However, I have a feeling that this data sliding all over the place, the inaccuracies of the gyroscope will probably make it so that you can't use it for any sort of VR headsets. Because at the moment, again, I've got it flat, and the board is showing as slightly off. However, the cool thing about this is if I stop it and start it again just to reset all the variables, it's now dead flat again. Up, down, left, right, and tilt. Pretty accurate. And now it's back to normal. However, one thing I will notice is that due to gimbaling, if I'm rotating this, it, as you can see, doesn't necessarily always work. Now this is a situation. My Arduino is in the same orientation that it started in, but as you can see, the system isn't picking it up correctly. Even though this is really cool and all, unfortunately, that makes it inoperable. And the reason why this happens is because I'm not actually reading the data as to which direction the Arduino is facing. Instead, it's reading the difference in direction. That's the problem with a gyroscope. It only reads the difference in motion rather than the motion itself. And due to that, what I do is in the script, it just adds whatever the gyroscope is saying, minus some X calibration value, which I found manually for mine. And essentially, it rotates this as it's supposed to. However, because it doesn't actually measure the rotation in either axes, and instead just receives the difference in rotation, obviously there's going to be inaccuracies along the way. And even just having, say, to the 7th decimal place, for example, still won't work. It's still too inaccurate, and after a while you will have that slight sliding around, which can't really be helped. So that was just something cool I was working on. So yeah.